Hey everybody, I'm Justin with AmericanTrucks.com, and today we're taking a closer look at and installing Raxium's OE style headlights, complete with the chrome trim, black housings, and clear lenses, available for all 2014 and 2015 Silverados equipped with the factory halogen headlights. Now you should be checking out these DOT approved headlights for your 1500 if you'd like to get back into a nice fresh factory inspired set again, refresh that front end, and maybe add a little bit of contrast thanks to the black housings, all for right around that mid to high $200 price point. All right guys, so your big feature here is the fact that you're gonna refresh the front end of that Silverado, but for not a lot of dough. That's because these lights are gonna stay true to the factory lights in a lot of ways, and I think that is gonna be the preferred choice for Silverado owners who have stumbled across this video. The reality is not every truck owner out there wants to go with some wild looking aftermarket headlight with LEDs and halos all over the place. And if that sounds like you, then again, these are gonna be a great budget friendly way to get that Silverado looking like new again, and do so with a slight contrast thanks to the black housing. Now moving into construction, and what you are going to be looking at here, guys, is a very nice combination of that black inner housing topped off with the clear polycarbonate lens. Your high and low beam area are stacked just like those factory headlights. They are still retaining that reflector style housing and not a projector. Quick shout out though, if you did want to switch to a projector a la maybe an LTZ style headlight, we do sell something very similar to these on the site, but with that projector in place instead. Definitely check out our other options if you haven't done so already. You're also looking at the chrome trim in the factory location here, and we're still hanging on to those amber reflectors on the side of the headlight. Now, I do want to give you a heads up, guys, these do not include any brand new bulbs, so you'll either just have to transfer everything over, or you can always use this as an opportunity to upgrade to something a little fresher, maybe a little bit brighter. Last but not least, guys, Raxium headlights have been given both the DOT and SAE stamp of approval, making them legal for use in all 50 states, and they are fully adjustable, so you can dial them in properly after the install. Coming in at or around that mid to high $200 price point, the Raxium headlights here are going to be priced, I would say, right in line with other similar OE inspired options on the site. Just keep in mind though, the Raxium quality I feel is a bit nicer than some of the other no-name options you might encounter for maybe a bit less, but regardless, never a bad idea to check out the rest of our selection here at AT before making your final decision. All right guys, moving into the installation, site's gonna go 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter here, maybe a couple of hours at most to complete from start to finish. But now to give you a better idea of how this one might go down on your Silverado at home, check out our detailed walkthrough and tool breakdown.
For this install, you need a 3/8 ratchet, 3/8 extension, 10 and 7mm socket, 10mm ratcheting wrench, Phillips head screwdriver, and a clip removal tool. All right, today we're gonna be installing headlights on our Silverado. First, we're gonna watch a quick video how to uninstall the stock ones, then we'll come back here to install the new ones.
All right, first step here, we have to uninstall our factory headlights. To do that, pop your hood. We're gonna remove the radiator shroud. Now there's a bunch of these plastic black push pin clips here. What you're gonna do is take a panel removal tool. I'm gonna start with this guy here. You're just gonna pry up on the middle section. Once that's up, you don't necessarily need to take it off in 2 pieces, but once that's up, you can pull it off all together just like that. Do that for each one along the entire shroud. Now that all those clips are off, let's just lift up on the shroud and set it aside. Next up, we have to head over to the wheel well to remove this one Phillips head screw. Now the reason we're doing that is because this entire trim piece that goes along all underneath the headlights and grille has to come off. So grab a Phillips head, we're just gonna take this one screw off in each wheel well. So once you have one taken care of, repeat on the other side. And once that's off, you can start cracking that guy loose. All right, next up here, just pull that trim piece all the way off and set it aside. All right, next up, let's get our grill out of the way. Now there's 4 10mm bolts at the top, so I'm switching over to an impact gun and a deep socket, so let's get those off. All right, now on the bottom left and bottom right corners, you're gonna find another 10mm. For the grill, I'm switching over to an extension on my 10 mil. All right, same thing on the other side. All right, so now we can just pull the grill off in one piece. All right, next step, let's unbolt our headlight. Now I'm working on our passenger side here. There's two 10mm bolts up top we're gonna start with. All right, next up, behind where our grill was here, there's one more bolt at the bottom down there. All right, we have one more down here in the corner, right behind where the trim was underneath the headlight. I'm gonna use a 10mm ratcheting wrench for this guy just because it's at a tough angle. All right, so now we can just pull that straight back. And you just pinch and disconnect the harness. Just like that, set your factory light aside.
Before we can get our new headlight installed, we just have to swap over all of our bulbs. So we're gonna start by taking our bulbs out of our stock headlight, installing them in our new one. We're gonna start with our low and high beam. You're gonna give the cover a quarter turn and pull them off. Do the same thing on the new headlight. So we're gonna disconnect our connector here, push down the tab, pull the connector off, give the bulb a quarter turn, find the correct orientation for the new bulb, and another quarter turn. We can plug in our connector over here. This bottom one, lift up on the tab, pull the connector out. Same thing, quarter turn, and a quarter turn to install, and then push on your connector. Marker light / turn signals, same thing, quarter turn, just gonna pull them straight out, like so. Give these a quarter turn, plug our bulbs in, then lock them in place. And then just put your covers back on for your high and low beam. Make sure you line this tab up here with the open slot at the bottom. Once you have this headlight done, you can do the same thing for the other headlight. Now we can get our headlights installed. So we just have to plug in our main factory harness to our connector here. And we can get our headlight into place. Once we get it into place, we can just thread in our 3 bolts up top here. One here, one on the front. And then our one up top. All right, we'll grab our ratchet and 10mm socket and tighten these top 2 ones down. Then we can tighten our one on the inside down at the bottom here. Next, we can come to the outside of the headlight and install our bottom bolt. We're gonna come down and thread our bottom bolt in down here. Grab our 10mm ratcheting wrench and tighten that down. Once you have this headlight all tightened down, you can go to repeat the same steps for the other side. Now we're gonna put our grill back into place. So we're gonna line up all of our tabs. We're gonna install our 4 10mm bolts across the top. Grab our ratchet 10mm socket and tighten them down. While we're here, we're going to reinstall our rad cover. Just line up in place. And then we'll reinstall all of our push clips going across. We're gonna come to the bottom of our grill now and install our two 10mm bolts. So we're gonna grab our ratchet, extension, 10mm socket, and install our bolt at the bottom. Once you have this side tight, you can do the same thing for the other side. Now we can install our lower trim piece. So we're gonna line that all up. Give it a tap and get it locked in place. Lastly, we just have our hardware in our wheel well that you may have taken out a Phillips head screw. We took out a 7mm screw. So we're gonna thread that in, grab our ratchet 7mm socket, tighten that down. All right, let's do the same thing for the other side. And that wraps up our install of our Raxium OE style headlights with chrome trim, a black housing, and clear lens for a 2014 and 2015 Silverado 1500. And remember, for everything Silverado, keep it right here at AmericanTrucks.com.